It's real easy to go out and purchase hay for your St. Croix sheep, but where do you find hay that hasn't been sprayed with chemicals? Because nearly every farmer is spraying their hay fields with pesticides and herbicides. And while you may be taking the time to go out and kill all the bad weeds and all the thistles out of your own property, the average farmer is spot spraying his hay field to get rid of these same weeds using powerful herbicides. And these herbicides that this farmer sprays, that's going into the hay that your sheep are going to be eating all through the winter. So it's going to be a problem where about 4 or 5 months out of the year, they're going to be eating contaminated hay. And if you're looking at getting your USDA Organic certification, then your hay is an input. Just like your grain has to be certified organic, your hay has to be certified organic. And you have to show that the hay field where you get your hay has not been sprayed for 3 years prior. And so there's a legal affidavit you have to fill out that says that your hay field has not been sprayed for the last 3 years. And there's an organic certification agent that will come out and inspect the hay field and test if he wants to make sure it's not been polluted by all these different chemicals. So how do you do it? How do you get hay that's certified organic and at a cheaper rate than what you could buy from a farmer? Well, you have to lease the hay field. You have to lease the hay field from the landowner and then get someone to bale it for you. I got my first leased hayfield this way. A friend of mine told me that he was tired of leasing the hayfield. He had something else he wanted to do and asked me if I wanted to take it over. It was like $400 a year, and I got about 8 or 9 acres of hayfield. This hayfield that you see in the video is another hayfield I'm renting. I'm getting about 18 acres of hayfield for $800 a year. So the guy that's baling it for me, I give him 2/3 of the hay that it produces in exchange for him baling it for me. And I'll show you the math on how that works. But this year I had a problem, and the guy had a John Deere tractor. And so this fellow that you see in the video, he's actually doing it by the bale. I'm having to pay him to come out and do it because the regular guy's tractor just didn't work this year because it's John Deere and the right to repair, it's in the shop for like another month. So I got desperate and I had to pay this guy $25 a bale to bale it for me. So let me show you the math, and I'll show you why it's a whole lot cheaper to lease these hay fields than to buy from a farmer. And also you have a chance to make it truly organic hay. So I'm leasing 18 acres for $800 a year, and that produces 100 round bales from 2 cuttings. The round bales are 5 feet tall and 5 feet wide and weigh around 1,000 pounds, so they're equal to about 20 of your square bales that weigh about 50 pounds. We use an agreement we call in Tennessee shares, and that is where 2/3 of the round bales go to the hay baler operator and 1/3 come to me. And some people have a 50-50 agreement, but right now I've got 2/3 and 1/3 for myself. So 1/3 of 100 bales is 33 bales, and the hayfield rent of $800 divided by 33 bales is $24 a round bale, which is a really good price. In years when we have a drought or it's really dry, this hayfield will produce only about 75 bales. And so my 1/3 of 75 bales would just be 25 bales. And with the $800 rent, when I divide that by my 25 bales, I still come out to like $32 a bale. For contract baling, it costs $25 a bale, so it's a lot more expensive to have someone cut it for you that way and not do it by shares. But with the contract baling, I get the entire 100 bales per year, and times $25 a bale, that's going to cost me $2,500, plus the $800 hayfield rent. That comes out to $3,300 or $33 a bale. So with my costs coming out between $24 to $33 a bale, I'm still coming out much cheaper than paying $40 to $60 a bale, which I would be if I bought it from a farmer. Also, I have complete control over the hayfield, and I can get it certified organic. And if I do get the hayfield certified organic, I could sell these hay bales for at least twice what they're going for on the marketplace. Potentially $100 a round bale, if not a lot more than that, because you just can't find organically certified hay, and there's a lot of people that need it. I just have to develop that market first before I go to that step, but that's another income stream. So how do you get these hay leases? Well, one way is to put up a little note down at the Farmers Co-op on their bulletin board and say, hey, I'd like to lease hayfields, or looking to lease hayfields. Make a nice little printed note and stick that up there. You can also talk to them down at the co-op and go around and talk to people that are actually making hay, or landowners that have hayfields. They may be looking to get like another lease for their hayfield. But whatever you do, don't try and buy someone else's lease out from underneath them by offering more money. Just tell the landowner that you're interested and you would pay more, but only after the current guy is through with it, because you don't want to make any enemies. You try to take away somebody's hayfield, you're going to have a war, I think. Well, I hope this gave you a lot of good ideas about how to get fresh hay that's not been sprayed with herbicides. Thanks.